Welcome back, guys. Brand new video, and today it's going to be the team of the group stage for the Euros 2020. I'm going to preface this video by saying the following 11 players that you're going to see, I'm sure every single person watching this video will disagree with one or more of the players, right? It's taken me ages to put the players in and reasoning behind it, and I could have literally picked 3 teams of all players that deserved it. There's literally like 35, 40 players that deserve to be in this team. However, I've narrowed it down to 11 and I'll individually say why each person I think should be in it. So, with that being said, let's have a look at the team. There we have it. Right. I've gone with the Wales goalkeeper, Danny Ward. When I was watching Wales, no one expected him to get through, but they have done, and I thought Danny Ward was brilliant. I think if he's a different goalkeeper, they're probably not through. I was looking at Donnarumma, I looked at Pickford, who haven't conceded goals yet, and I thought they've not done too much. I had a look at Vaclik, who, at Czech Republic, because they got through, and he made a few good saves. But I think I'm going with Danny Ward. I think he had more to do, and he did it brilliantly. So that's the reason why he's in the team. Right. Like I said, I mentioned a few goalkeepers there. I could have gone with any of them. But I decided to go with Danny Ward. Denzel Dumfries, right back. I don't think this is a controversial one. I don't think many people could disagree with this. He's been fantastic. He's won penalties, he's scored, he's assisted, he's been brilliant. He's been just marauding down the right-hand side. Not too much to say about him, just been, I think, in my opinion, been brilliant. I put Simon Kjær there. Simple fact. First game, when they played against Finland, a horrific thing happened. And he was the guy, I know it's nothing football based, but I don't actually care. He was the guy that sorted out Christian Eriksen, put him on his side, made sure he didn't swallow his tongue, went and consoled his girlfriend, stood strong, captained his team. And he would have been in my team for that anyway, because he's a fantastic human being. But then the second and third games, he's managed to lead his team through after that. So for me, he's in there. And he's gone after the first game where Eriksen, when that awful thing happened. I think it was the first game. I'm pretty sure it was their first game, right? I'm pretty sure it was, because they played Belgium after and then Russia at the end. But I just can't see anyone else that can go there. I've had a look at like John Stones, who's not considered a goal yet, but again, he's not had much to do. I've had a look at Skriniar, who was quite good for Slovakia, but I've just gone with Simon Kjær, and again, Alaba, right? Alaba has played everywhere in the group stage, and he's got his team through. He's been the best player for his team, and he's basically got them through. He got an assist against Ukraine. He was just recovering. It was recovering interceptions, tackles everywhere. He did give away a penalty against the Netherlands. He did. But that was like a slight blot on. Otherwise, I thought he was brilliant. Like he was just obvious that he was the best player in that team, right? And again, I could have put Bonucci there for Italy, and you'd be absolutely fine. That's fine, absolutely fine. But what I also wanted to try and do is I wanted to try and get as many players from each team as possible. So I didn't want to put like 2 players from a team, because then that meant another team would miss out. And the 16 teams gone through, and I can only pick 11 players. So I think 5 teams haven't got a player. No, it'll be 6 teams, because I've got 2 from Holland, which I've just realised. But you can't disagree with either of the Dutch players. So yeah, I've tried to do it that way. And as I said at the start of the video, I could have literally had 3 teams like this. Like, I've not even put a Hungarian player in, and they've been my favourite team to watch. For the simple fact they didn't get through. Sorry about that, I just hit my mic. So I wanted to put, honestly, I think I could have put like 6 of Hungary's team in. They were so close to getting through in the worst group of death you're probably ever going to see. I was going to put in the little ginger guy midfield, Kleinheisler. I was going to put in Fiola, the wing-back, who was brilliant. I could have put Salai on the left wing. I could have put Shazlai, the striker. I could have picked literally any of the players. Gulaski until the last game against Germany where he sort of missed the cross, but there's not been a bad player for Hungary. But I've had to be harsh. So yeah, I've gone Alaba and Kier because of what they've offered to their nations individually. Spinazzola, again, I think he's been brilliant. He's been clocked at one of the fastest players. Not that has anything to do with performance, but he's one of his many attributes. He's quick. He's good with the ball. He's right-footed as a left wing back, which is tough for defend because he can go one way and then he can go the other as well. So it's like he doesn't always come inside, which you'd think he would, but he doesn't. He's very good technically. He's very intelligent defensively, as an Italian, as you expect. And I think he's been fantastic. He didn't play in the last group game, but his performances in the first two for me were enough to get him in. Oh, I've also gone to Italian players. Okay, so 7 teams probably miss out here. Is there any French players? Yes, there is. Yeah, I didn't put any German players in. I didn't put any England players in because although they got through, both teams, England and Germany and Croatia as well, I didn't put any of those players in because those teams got through, but I didn't see anyone that stood out. I didn't see any player out. Maybe Modric. Maybe. I don't know. Is it Modric? Modric? However, maybe him. But again, against England, he was poor. So, I don't know. I went with Locatelli, Italian teammate to Spinazzola. Locatelli scored 2 goals against Switzerland. He got rested again for the third game, but in the first 2 games, he was fantastic. The runs he was making from midfield, the passing, just all-round game, fantastic. Forsberg, again, I felt like I had to put a Swedish team player in. I have to, really. I was going to go with Isaac, and then realised I can't shift out Lukaku or Ronaldo. So going Forsberg, he sort of tipped it because of the 2 goals against Poland in the last game. Two very good goals, actually. Very, very accurate finishes. One with left foot, one with the right foot. He scored the penalty in the first game as well, so he scored 3 goals. And I think he's just been brilliant. You can't really not put a Swedish player in when they're top to group with Spain, right? I mean, you just can't not do that. So he's in there, and I think he's been brilliant. Paul Pogba to the side of him. Again, I think Pogba's been fantastic. He hasn't really got the stats, so he hasn't got goals or he's got a few. I think he's got maybe 1 or 2 assists, but just his all-round game and control of France's play. Like it seems like all of France's team. I was going to say France's team. When they're in a bit of trouble, they sort of stick it to Pogba. Like you just smash it into Pogba, and he sort of deals with it. He's sort of like, right, I'm in a bit of trouble. Here you go, Paul. That's what I get when I watch them. And he just sort of deals with whatever problems thrown his way, and which is very tough for a midfielder because, like as I've always said, centre midfield is the hardest position to play, and I'll like explain why I think that. So, I played a number of positions in my life, a decent standard, nothing professional, but like academies of professional club. But when I played centre midfield, it was the hardest for the simple reason is when I played left midfield or left back or centre back. I had no one behind me at centre back. I had no one to the right of me at left back, and I had no one to the left of me at left back, and I had no one to the left of me at left midfield, right? Because it's just the dugout or fans or whatever. But in central midfield, you've got people coming from this direction, that direction, that direction, that direction. You have to literally have eyes everywhere, and it's such a difficult position. You have to make so many more decisions in central midfield. Like, do I go forward? Do I decide not to this time? Do I pass there? Do I pass here? Like, if you play a bad pass in central midfield, there's a good chance you concede. And I just think he goes underappreciated in France because he's a bit inconsistent with Man United. Now, I think that's more Man United's problem than Pogba's problem, in my opinion. So, yeah, I've stuck him in there. I think he's been fantastic. He's been a leader for France, as he was in the World Cup. And I've stuck him right in there. Wijnaldum ahead of them. Again, he got 2 goals against North Macedonia, and you might think, all right, that's not massively, but he scored in one of the other games too. He's got a few assists. He's the captain of a Holland team, who not many people fancied, and I'm pretty sure they ended up winning. They won 2 games. Did they win 2? Did they win all 3 games? Holland? I'm pretty sure they did. Let me just check that out real quick. I'm pretty sure Netherlands won every single game, right? I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah. Yeah. What did they? Let me have a look. Netherlands. It's not telling me. For some reason, it's not telling me. Oh no, they did. Yeah, of course they did. 100%. Yeah, they did. I thought they did. Right, sorry about that, guys. I doubted myself for a second, even though I looked at this before the video. But for some reason, doubt creeped in. Anyway, glad we've established that. Yeah, they won all 3 games. I thought they had done. And Wijnaldum, for me, was the best player. Him or Dumfries, but Wijnaldum was, again, honourable mention for Frenkie de Jong, who also I could have put in there, but I didn't want to put too many players in from one team, despite their group being arguably the easiest. But yeah, not many people fancied Holland, Netherlands, whatever. Not many people fancied them, and they've soared through, and they look like they're on the decent side of the draw with Germany and England. There's no Portugal, there's no France, no Italy, no Belgium, etc. So yeah, he's in there. And then up front, I've gone with obviously Lukaku and Ronaldo. I don't think there's much to be said. Ronaldo's got 5 goals in 3 games, I'm pretty sure. Lukaku has 3 in 3. Fantastic players. You all know them. You all know how they played. It's not really a surprise that they're in. I could have put Patrick Schick in, and I could have put Robin Gosens at left back. I could have put, loads of players. I could have put Yarmolenko in there somewhere. I could have put Shaqiri for that last game, that clutch last game where he scored 2 past Turkey. I could have put Højbjerg in at DM because he's been fantastic for Denmark. Yaremchuk as well from Ukraine. Like I said, a lot of people have missed out, and a lot of people have put De Bruyne in theirs. I don't know if he's done enough. That one game where he came on, he was fantastic, but the second game against Finland, he did nothing apart from 1 assist, really. He was quite quiet, and in the first game he didn't play, so I don't think he deserved it. I've tried to go for players that have deserved it and have played at least 2 games, like 2 full games. That's what I tried to do, right? Most of the players there played 3 games. I've tried to be fair and consistency with it. Obviously, like, I don't know, there's Immobile I could have put up front. There's so many players. I could have put Yusuf Poulsen in from Denmark. Like I said, I could have literally put 3 teams on here, but I wanted to sort of not sit on the fence and give you my 11 that I decided to go with, and that's the 11 I've gone with. Like I always say, please let me know. Let's discuss stuff on the channel, right? If you guys think, put your teams in the comments. What you guys think you would have gone with, you think I'd got wrong, or not got wrong, but just a difference of opinion, because that's what it always is. And yeah, if you like the video, please click like, please subscribe, and until next time, which will probably be tomorrow with another video. I'll see you then. Goodbye.